Have you ever wondered on what goes behind the scenes of a favorite store? Today, I'm joined by Mr. Brahm, the manager of Pick and Pay. He's going to share to us on what drives customer satisfactions and business growth. Welcome, Mr. Brahm.
Hi, how are you?
It's good to see you. Thank you and yourself.
Fine. I firstly want to apologize for the people that watch your podcast.
All right.
I don't have a tie on or formal jacket.
All right.
I work so tight in long hours. I got today a little bit of a break.
Okay.
So I took my bicycle and I went to practice. Because you need to keep your mind clear when you run a business. You also need to get a little bit of exercise. It's very important. So you need to balance your life. So firstly, I hope your podcast people or viewers forgive me. But yeah, I believe it will be a very interesting conversation.
Thank you. I believe also that they will also forgive you.
Thanks.
It's great to see or to have you here. Without wasting any time, can you briefly tell us a little about of your background?
Well, I grew up in the platteland, in a small little town in the Boland. The town's name is Riebeek West. And yes, look here, my father and my mother, they were not very rich. So they were very hard, like middle come, people that needs to work to keep the pot boiling, as they say.
Okay.
So the income that comes in went to our schooling, food, and luckily those years people could have like some chickens, or they grew some tomatoes around their house. So that's the way we lived. And and I grew up in that little small town village called Riebeek West.
Okay.
After that, I've matriculated there as well.
All right.
And then I moved.
Did you also go to tertiary?
Yes. First thing is I was 6 months in the army. And I decided, no, that's not for me. And to be honest with you, me and my mother had a huge fallout, difference, because my parents is very old school. They believe the day when you're done with school, you need to go out and you need to go work.
Okay.
So on my side, it struggled a little bit because I applied for different careers, and it was not successful. And then she said, just one day, you need to, when are you leaving? When you're leaving? I just took my bags and I leave.
Okay.
And then.
So by that day, like during that time, you didn't know like your purpose or your
I didn't know anything.
Okay.
I thought to myself, look here, if I end up on the street becoming a baggy, then that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm not gonna take this nagging of my parents anymore, especially my mom. So I walked out of the house, and you won't believe it. I started in the lowest career category, whatever there was. I started as a security. As a security officer, like these guys here outside. I start there. But yes, with a lot of experience behind me, because I started to work in a store when I was like 9 years old.
Like a salesman?
No. You know what? One day the supermarket opened up in town. And I was 9 years old, and the owner hang the sign. I said to him, please, do you have a job for me? He laughs at me. He thought maybe, like, this guy will never come in. Yeah, he said to me, be Saturday there at my shop. Okay. So like a big supermarket, like a type of Spar. And I went there, and the Saturday, and he was like shocked. And you know what job he gave me? All the papers around the store, I have to pick up that papers. Ooh. And I have to wash where people mess. So I've done that basically for 3 months. And then I was like in standard 2 those years. So what did I grade 4? And I worked there till matric. And I worked myself like I was like outside, and I came in cool drink fridges later, and I was like a shelf packer. like this people in this business doing today.
Okay.
I've gone through all that ranks. Cashier, I was everything inside the storeroom on weekends, holiday, storeroom assistant. So yeah, so when I left school, I knew about retail.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know why didn't I go directly into it, but then yeah, I went to as a security, and with my experience, a little bit of what I have, I went to go and work for a Portuguese guy. His name is Gilberto de Fonseca.
Okay.
So he was in the clothing business, and then as his private security officer, yeah, I worked for him, and and well, he saw my potential, and he said to me, listen here, I'm going to send you to college. I'll pay for everything.
Okay. So your parents were never rich or?
No, they couldn't afford it. As I say, they were like, you know, what came in went to the pot, the money, and that's that. You know, like they didn't have even major money when they passed on to leave for us behind.
Okay.
And yeah, so I think that's why they want us out of the house, because they were concerned. You know, they can't feed mouths and you don't work.
So old,
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
And yeah, and then this Portuguese guy saw my potential. He sent me to study, and he paid for everything. And I opened the
Until you
first.
finish school.
No. I was already done with school.
Oh.
So after during my school years, I worked for this guy at the supermarket, but after school, I working for this guy in the clothing sector.
Okay.
And then I've got my first store that I've opened up by them, and yeah, and so I went through retail, and then it went bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger businesses. You know, it's like you need to take baby steps in life. You know, a miracle doesn't happen overnight.
Okay.
And while I was working for Gilbert de Fonseca, I met my wife. Today we married we know each other for 30 years. We married for 22 years. And you know, like, I want to say to the young people out there,
all right,
choose your partner wisely. Choose your partner wisely, because a woman can build you, or your partner can build you, or they can break you. So and that's for the girls as well. When you choose a husband, I had a wife that morally support me in every aspect and inspire me. Because remember, during your career, it's not always easy. Now there's days that you think, oh, you just want to give up. Then you've got this person next to you that's saying, no, you're not going to give up. You're going to go on. I believe in you. I got faith in you. You can do it. And that inspires you. So your next achievement is just like that, and so you go up. Yeah.
So she was working, your wife, during that time?
Yeah. She was also not working for a, she also worked for a clothing company that made school clothes. And then she got retrenched. And then she went to work for, how can you say, the contracting company that make pipes. Water pipes, this plastic piping and so on. So they saw her potential and they sent her to study, and she went to study as an accountant. So yeah.
Oh, she have a background education.
Then she went to study as well in a college.
Okay. I just wanted to ask you, because we see you that you are managed here in such a big store in Pick n Pay. So I wanted to ask, what inspired you to pursue a career in retail management?
Look, it is very strange. No one ask a child today, what do you want to become? No, every child will tell, no, I want to become a policeman, or I want to become. As they grow, they will say, then things turns out more realistic.
Or they see things differently.
Yeah. Then they will say, no, I will become a doctor, or they decide. But I never heard somebody that says, I want to become a retailer.
Okay.
No one said in his life, not even me, I want to become a
That's
store
true.
manager.
That's true.
And yeah, so by managing that clothing business,
Okay.
I just then I went back to this guy that I worked in my childhood years, and he teach me more about because you must remember retail in clothing and retail in the food industry it is a little bit different. Although
Okay.
your concept of management stays the same,
Okay.
but you work with different aspects. So he teach me then in the food retail market, and then I eventually got sucked in by Checkers. I was a store manager for Checkers.
For how many years?
Well, I was like with them. I'm now 17 years with Pick and Pay,
Wow.
more or less.
Yes.
Yeah, 17 years. So more or less, I was 8
Wow.
years with Checkers.
Oh,
So
interesting.
and I've run a big massive stores as well, and elite stores I've run. Klein William is actually, as you can say it, I don't want to say it, and I say it between brackets, is like a walk in the park for me.
Okay.
Because the stores that I came from was like stores like Cape Gate,
Okay.
Pall Mall. So you're talking about stores that's the size of a rugby field that I was also managing and that. But the problem here was in the countryside I didn't had a person, a manager to place here. And I said, okay, they approached me. I said, yes, I'm going to leave my family and then I will come. So that's how I end up here. And
Wow.
it's not because he's not a person. Like we talk a lot sometimes outside. I
Yeah.
believe you got the skill, a people skill. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, it was like we work with complicated systems, the PC systems, they're called SAP software and so on.
All right.
So with SAP and that, and yeah, and that is how. So you can't take somebody off the street
Okay.
and say to that person, listen here,
Okay.
come and do the job. You understand? That person needs to go also through courses and that. And yeah, that's how I end up here.
Wow. Interesting. So can you share any lessons you've learned throughout your career from retail management
So if you want me to give lessons
to the viewers?
yeah, and I want to ask you now a question because it's very important what I'm gonna ask you.
Okay.
If you must define your viewers mostly, in what age bracket are they? Because it's very important the advice I want to give.
Okay. They some of them are also the manager, are also the retail managers around 34, 35 years,
And you've
40
got most
something
probably
years.
younger generation as well,
Yeah, also
mostly.
as well. Yes.
Look here, what I want to say to the younger generation, we all know the South African economy is very tough out there.
Okay.
And um, when you are in matric, it's not like you need to be, it starts in when you go to high school. Okay.
Okay.
Um, first things is first, and unfortunately, to work for a big company, you always, because you need to have it, be obedient and show respect to your teachers.
Okay.
All right, because they get paid, but also they've got the knowledge that they want to hand you over. Okay,
Okay.
because if you know how to to be obedient and show respect to your teachers and through those developing years, when you become a leader, you're gonna show that same respect to the people that you're gonna be managing.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
that is very important in that life,
Oh, to be obedient.
to be obedient
Okay.
and
To
show
be respect.
respect
Okay.
to the elderly, to your teachers, to
Okay.
your parents,
Interesting.
to the elderlies in your community. Greet them because um, people can feel when you are fake. And I look here, these days people go to a college and they teach you how to customer service.
Services, yes.
But
They've learned that.
they've
They don't
learned
have the,
customer
yes,
service.
they don't
But
have the experience.
sometimes when you walk out of the business and you talk to this person and was now so friendly, you can feel, hey, but this is a make-up friendship. Am I right or am I wrong?
You are right.
He's done just that for that few seconds, and when I'm out of the business, he's now like, thanks God this guy have left.
Yeah.
But to be a true people's person,
Yes.
you must have a heart, and that comes in with respect. So when you have a conversation, you will feel, but this comes from this person's heart. This leader, a business just feel a person, a true leader when he walks in. A business will be calmed. The people will be working not because they are scared, but they respect the manager or that person's authority. And that's why I say when you're in school, if you want to receive in all those things, you have to be obedient and show respect. And yes, you're gonna be, your children is naughty. You understand? There's a difference what I'm saying between naughty and disrespectful.
And respectful.
100%.
It seems like you, when you talk about obedient and respect, you meaning like something that is deep. Can you briefly, define obedient and also respect?
So you know, like I've watched also on social media these children at school these days that swear at the teachers.
Okay.
That's not respect. And when your teacher starts to give you an instruction, that's where obedience comes. Your homework to be at that time and hand it in that time. Let's say your teacher tells you, listen here, I'm going to give you an essay today, or I give you an assignment. This must be handed in this date.
In this date, okay.
Then you must hand it in, because that you think it's a stupid essay or a stupid assignment, but when you're going to run one day a business like this, you've got deadlines.
Wow.
So your work will tell you your management account must be fixed by this time. You have got a deadline for this. So actually, without you thinking it, the school built a system into you as already in that foundation to meet deadlines.
Wow.
So you don't know about it, but that's what happened. And respect is, if your teacher or your headmaster or your you know what, even basically I've seen children that doesn't treat their parents with respect. Just an act of kindness in the way they talk, and the warmth to the society of people that they walk around. My father always said to me, you know, it costs nothing if a baggie sits there in the street and he's poor and he's dirty. It costs nothing to say hello to him. A hello or a greeting is free, but for that person it changes his heart. And when you talk to that person, change your heart as well. That is how you start to learn respect, when you start to respect others as well. Because remember, if you're gonna, this workforce here, I'm working currently, let's say maybe with 50 people, but there's stores that I've run with 215 staff. It's total different.
And different mindset.
Each employee got a different personality and that. So, yeah, but they will start to respect you when they see you handle them with respect. Yes. Sometimes it's not always easy because you get naughty ones as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually it will work itself out.
And wow, that's nice. So the other question will be in business on a business operations. So what I want to ask now, what are the biggest challenges you have faced in managing in a large retail store in Pick n Pay, and those stores that you also run?
what is the biggest challenges is, with the economy that goes every time a little bit down and down and down, and the competition gets tougher, you need to achieve your budgets, financially budgets, and you need to keep with it, and it's really difficult. People think you come in here in the morning, you sit behind the screen, you have a cup of tea, and you do scratch a little bit here around, and you out by the door and you go home. It is not like that.
Okay.
The most important thing of this whole business is, and that is where Pick n Pay, the founder, Mr. Ackerman, you always said you're talking about 4 legs of a table. Now, one of the 4 legs that keeps the table standing is people. If I don't manage this business right, this business will close down. I'm sitting here with 50 people's bread and butter. So that is my responsibility to them. To run this business correct. To make a profit, because remember that these people deserve growth. They also want not to stay for the rest of their life a cashier. They want to move on, maybe next step. And to do that, there must be money, because you need them to give them a raise, yearly raises. You need to change their uniforms. You need to if a person asks you and say, I've got a problem, they need a loan, your business needs to assist them. And that is the responsibility. So it's not like, yes, I've got other things as well. How am I going to purchase stock? How am I going to do that? But what is important for me mostly in a business is my people, because they are the strength underneath my arms. You understand? Without, this is all material things that's here. But on this floor, we work with human beings.
It's because of them.
Yes.
Interesting. So how do you balance customer satisfaction with the business profitability?
You make customer queen. And that was Mr. Ackerman's philosophy as well. Your profit of your business will come afterwards. First things first is you get your edge. Remember, let me teach you one thing. Money do not have color. Okay? So if a white person spent it, or a colored person spent it, or a black person spent it, money does not have color. Every person that comes through that door, you treat with dignity, humanity, and when that person's got a complaint, doesn't matter who he is. If it's a guy that just come and spend R5 and complain the bread is not on like the way he wants it, you will resolve that issue for him.
You mean that money is like a principle? It favors no one.
It favors no one.
Either you black or white or
money favors nobody. But that person that spent that money, you need to treat that person as queen. If you treat that person as queen, he will always return to your business, because you listen to him, you solve his problem, and you care for him. And some of my customers is like family to me already. And that is then. After that, because that customer will each time come back. There's a relationship each time, because he's got confidence. He knows if I've got a problem, I can go to this manager, he will sort it out. Does not matter what happens. And then your profitability will become better, because people will spend their hard-earned money at one place.
Yeah, just like me. I remember by the day I met you, we were friends to me, and now this is where we are. So thank you, Mr. Brahm. So now our other question, can you share any innovative strategies you have implemented to improve store operations?
Look here, in a corporate, it is difficult. I will tell you guys, because if you look at your operation expenditures,
Okay.
it gets controlled, especially in a corporate by your head office. But
Oh,
then
okay.
you have also to think outside the box, because yeah, look here, I can get a contractor to come and change this lights or to fix it, but
Okay.
I prefer rather to get somebody locally or do the lights myself, because you know contractors will ask you much more
Okay.
than you can negotiate with someone privately and say, listen guys, can you come your price a little bit down, or if I can change the light myself, I do it.
Okay.
And we do it actually inside my guys inside does those little things